Hey guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in today's video we are going to be unboxing the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 5G. We are also going to perform a first time setup and take a look at what this phone is all about. Now real quick before we dive in, winter is coming and you're going to need some gloves. But you want to make sure that you buy gloves that are going to allow you to interact with the actual screen on your smartphone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop a link to grab these gloves down below. They're very inexpensive and very useful. So let's do the unboxing real quick. So I'm gonna pull this box. I'm gonna just push it out, okay? So it comes out just like this, as you can see. And then here's the actual box within the cover. It opens two ways. So there we go. That's number one. Change the shape of the future. Let's do number two. We have a little introduction right here, and this thing just comes right off. I'm going to put that to the side, and then we have our Samsung packet here. Inside here, of course, we are going to have just basic user guides, nothing special. Now here's the actual product. Wow. So we do have some care instructions. You want to make sure that you handle the screen carefully so it doesn't get damaged. So I'm going to take this phone, okay, as you can see, it's in that beautiful bronze color. So I'm going to put this to the side for 1 second. We're going to come back to it, do a full tour. Let's see what else is in the box. So what else we have here is we have this little cover. It gives you Galaxy Premier service. If you buy this phone, very expensive phone that you're going to need some Premier service. But what else you get in the box is very little. So all you get is the charger and the cable, and that's it, okay? No accessories with this product. So let's put this to the side, okay? And let's divert our attention to this smartphone right over here. All right, so let's remove this cover screen, okay, off of the actual phone. So it looks like it goes all around the phone. We have it right here. That's the interior of the phone, and then all around, okay? So that's the cover with the care instructions on top of it. But here's our phone right here. Absolutely fantastic. Let's collapse the phone, okay, and do a quick tour around the actual device. See all the ports and all the openings. All right, the first thing I want to talk about the camera. So we do have a triple camera system on the rear. All these guys are 12, 12, and 12 megapixels. And of course, we have a standard camera, a telephoto camera, and a super wide camera. So we do have a lot of camera versatility. And then if I lift the phone up, if you look on the top, you'll notice that we have stereo speaker number 1, okay? And then at the bottom, we have stereo speaker number 2 right here. Right next to it, we have the USB Type-C port, one microphone here, nice brushed finish, okay, around the edges. I like the fact that it's not shiny. Here we have the SIM card tray. Here we have the power button / the fingerprint sensor. And of course, then we have the volume rocker, which is right here. And if I bring it up again, you'll see one more microphone on the top. And here we have the hinge, which is a little bit more shiny. Most of the phone is matte or brushed aluminum, but the hinge itself is going to be nice and shiny, okay? Nice way to break up the overall design. And of course, let's open this up real quick. And definitely there's going to be a crease. You're going to see this when the screen is mostly black. It will be less visible when you're watching a movie if the background is a little bit white. But it's something that's always going to be there. So let's start off the phone and see what to expect from the initial setup process. All right, so we can either set the phone up with the cover screen, or what we can do is we can open up the phone and use the other version. Now let's do a little bit with the cover screen, see what happens. And I will let you know that the cover screen is a 6.3-inch screen. It's going to be a 60 Hz refresh rate on the cover screen, and the resolution is 2020-60 by 1816. This is a Super AMOLED display. So let's agree to all the terms except for what is optional. Okay, tap on next. It's working nice and cool. Let's connect to our Wi-Fi real quick. And there's that smaller keyboard that fits into this smaller, tighter screen. All right, let's dump in my password. We are connected to our Wi-Fi. Tap on next. All right, it's going to be checking for some updates, installing the updates. Should be a couple minutes here. Now it's asking you, do you want to copy apps and data from another phone? I'm going to say don't copy for now, but if you want, you can transfer data from any phone over to this phone using the transfer tool. So now it's checking for information. Let me dump in my Google account real quick. All right, so that's all set. I'm gonna accept all the Google services for now. Now what you can do is you can set up a password. I'm gonna skip all this, but I'll let you know if you try to set up your fingerprints, it is gonna ask you to actually open up the display, okay? So first you have to set up a PIN number as a backup. So let's tap on some random number here, something simple. But when you try to go forward, it's gonna ask you to open the phone to continue adding the fingerprint. We're just going to skip that for now, but I am going to open the phone. And the reason I'm skipping that is because it is just a capacitive fingerprint sensor. It is not built into the screen, nothing special, but works like a charm. So let me skip this as well. Let's get dumped into the home screen and see what we are going to see inside. So that's the home screen for the regular screen. Now quickly I'll let you know one thing. If I pull this down and go to my settings, which I have full access to, let me quickly modify my screen brightness. So while I'm in this menu, okay, when I go to the settings from the cover screen, the modifications I make apply directly to the cover screen. The phone is smart enough to know that. So I'm going to turn off the adaptive brightness. Again, these settings are applying to the cover screen. I can go from dark mode to light mode as I please. Let me go over here, do the screen timeout to 5 minutes for now. Okay, now let's open the screen and see what's happening on the inside. But real quick, again, if I pinch the screen and if I go to change my wallpaper, again, the phone is going to be smart enough to know that I'm playing with the screen wallpaper for the covers. All right, so let's grab it, open this up, and we are in the main screen right here. Fantastic. All right, so this here is definitely the cream of the crop. This is the large 7.6-inch display. It has a 120 hertz refresh rate, and of course the resolution is also higher, 1768 by 2020-08. Now let me go to my settings real quick. Go to display, and again, if you go over here, you'll see we have the motion smoothness option. So this phone is operating at a higher 120 hertz refresh rate as opposed to the cover screen on the outside. So you will feel superior smoothness when you're dealing with the larger unfolded screen. And of course on the top we have a hole cutout, much better than the notch on the Fold 1. And this one is a 10 megapixel selfie camera. When we look at the settings otherwise, this is simply looks like any other Samsung phone that is running One UI 2.5. Let's go to my About phone, go to software information. It is running One UI 2.5 and Android 10 will most likely get an update to One UI 3.0 very soon. At the bottom, we have our navigation buttons, all right? Let's see what we can do with those. Let's go to settings. Let's go to display, go down over here to the navigation bar. And as you can see, you can switch to swipe gestures, which is great. Now I can be just like Android 10 swipe gestures. And if I have the buttons, I can switch the keys around as you can see. And of course, if you want to keep these buttons, you can position them to the center or to the left. That's going to be up to you. So these things are going to adjust based on your needs, and it's all going to be customizable. Now when I pinch the screen, all right, and if I go to my wallpapers, these are the bunch of wallpapers that we have for the stock application, okay? So we have this guy right here, just a different color, okay? You can set this on the lock screen. This is going to be a video wallpaper. You have this option as well. You can do home screen, lock screen, whatever you want. No problem. Really nice wallpaper. Close the phone to set the wallpaper for the cover screen separately. This will be the wallpaper for the main screen only. So when you are in the unfolded screen and you set up a wallpaper, it applies to this screen only. When you shut it off and you change your wallpaper on the cover screen, that's just for the cover screen. That's very smart. You can have two different wallpapers. So let's launch YouTube, see what that looks like. So I'm going to launch YouTube, okay? Oh my God, that's large. And as you can see, when the screen is too bright, if you're looking at this directly in front of a camera right now, you're not seeing the crease. I can still see it, okay? I'll just let you know that when you look at it directly, when you have the phone in your hand, you'll still see it. On the camera, it just disappears. You're not seeing it right now, most likely. As you can see, the keyboard is now in the split screen view, so you can easily type with two hands, one on this side, one on this side. But again, if you go to your settings and if you go into your style and layout, you can change that. You can go for modes, and when the cover screen is in landscape view, you can have standard keyboard if you so desire. This is all up to you. Okay, so now when I go back, I'll have my regular keyboard, which is something I might prefer. Now let's search something here. Let's search for some videos. Let's type in Honda Type R. All right. And I'm going to kill the volume because it's going to be too low, too high. So I'm going to go over here, reduce the volume. Okay, we don't want to get any copyright strikes. Tap on this video. Look at that. Beautiful. Fills up the top of the screen. Okay, so let's skip this ad over here. Let's double tap. We're in the forward. Now let's maximize it. Tap on this, and that's the maximized view. It flips over. You got some bars on the top two sides. Let me just say okay. And of course, I can try to fill the screen. It's not going to work. Okay, so you're going to have these black bars on the top and bottom when you go to full screen view. But if you tap like this, you go back here, you still have something really large happening right here. That's great. You know, I'm loving the way this transforms from a phone to a tablet, so to speak. All right. And then this window is going to be even larger because it's a larger screen. So the PIP window is going to be large when you get out of the application. And as you're doing that, you can do other things. I like the size. That's a nice size. And I can do other things in the back as I'm watching a video. Alrighty. Let's also look at the multitasking. So I'm going to go up here. Let's launch the calculator. And let's say I want to do some extra stuff. Not just use the calculator. I'm going to bring in the edge panels from the side. So let's grab settings. So let's say I want to play with the settings. I'm going to dump it right here. And let's say I want to do one more thing. Okay, I'm going to bring up my calendar. Or in this case, let's just do YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to grab my YouTube application, dump it right here. So what I can do now is I can have split screen, three-way multitasking. Watching a video, making some settings, and also doing some calculations. Absolutely fantastic way to work. And you can always tap here. You can switch things around. So when you see the two dots, those are options you can access. Go to this mode. If I tap here again, I can say plus, and I can create a window threesome, so to speak. All right, so when I X this out, let's X everything out, close all. Let's make this larger. Just want to show you the things you can do. Swipe this down, back to calculator. So it works nice and smooth. By the way, if you launch the camera, okay, you can use it like this. So you can actually bend it, and then you get this view. That's a split view. So here I have the viewfinder for the camera, and here I have my camera controls, which is great. Now if I do take a picture, that picture appears right here, okay? And if I take one more, it also appears right there. I can swipe between the two photos, all right? So nice way to do it. Not a huge deal, but nice to have it. But as far as every other option is concerned, it's gonna be all the same. You go to your settings, again, you got all the settings are the same. You know, you've got your device care here. You can check your battery and all that stuff. You can look at your storage, 256 gigabytes of storage. Of course, the phone is very fast. Snapdragon 865 Plus processor, just like the Note 20 Ultra, and 12 gigabytes of RAM, 4500 milliamp hours of battery. And the settings basically all the same. You've got your wireless DeX linked to Windows. All your advanced features are here. Bixby routines. Everything in here looks the same. What you're paying for is the foldable design and of course the larger display that gives you a tablet form factor when you're playing games or maybe enjoying movies. Alright, so we'll come back to the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 with some more detailed videos if you want, but that's all I wanted to cover in this video. Absolutely fantastic little product. And of course, if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below and let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day, alright?